Hello, I am Steven and I am not a crook.
Hello, my name is Maya and I am a crook.
Hi, I'm Sam and I plan on becoming a crook.
What is up, everyone? I am your host, Kendall Fowler, and welcome to On the Spot. And before we get started, I gotta take my B-reel. So, let's get crack-a-lackin'. Our first game of the night is going to be World's Worst, which we are given a prompt and we have to give the world's worst version of said prompt. The first occupation is world's worst banker.
All right, you filthy customer. Put your money in the sack. No, I see you trying to wander away. We are going to get your debt in the bag now. And your watch and your kid's tuition in the bag now.
Oh boy, you are just so well dressed and I love that gun you have. You just came here to deposit a great, no, you came to take money. Okay, I mean, you are dressed very well. How much do you want? All the money? I don't see a problem with that. Our next occupation is the most noble of them all, criminal.
Excuse me, cashier, can you please put the money in the bag? I'd really appreciate it. Okay, no, yes, sorry. I'll bye.
All right, for our final occupation, we are heading to Harvard like Elle Woods in the early 2000s. Our last occupation is world's worst lawyer. Like it's hard?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm gonna level with you. My client is like stupid guilty. Like he so did it, oh my God.
All right, I'm gonna put it straight for you. My client is innocent on all degrees, okay? She would never do any of the things you accused her of. What was that? That's not my client. That's my client. I thought, no, oh. She's guilty. Up next, we are going to play a game titled Hammy, in which the poor hamster, poor Hammy, dies. May Hammy's soul rest in peace. Hey, I have a really funny story to tell you.
Oh, I love funny stories.
I love funny stories too.
Okay.
So when I was hanging out with Hammy this weekend, we went to the beach. Because you know Hammy loves the beach, right? So Hammy and I just on the beach, sunbathing, getting in that vitamin C, you know, helping clear our allergies, just really digging the California heat. You know, you take that moment and you just really dig it until you want to go swimming. So then you're like, okay, let's hop on out. Let's go to the ocean because California is right on the ocean. It is. So me and Hammy, we hop out into the seas. We're swimming, we're just going, you know, all throughout. Hammy's having the time of his life.
He had his arm floaties, right?
Yeah, arm floaties, the little tube thing Hammy goes in to keep him afloat, all of it, all the 9 miles. I totally took Hammy with everything that Hammy needs to survive. Anyway, so we're just swimming and pool.
And poor Hammy just suddenly stopped swimming. And I'm like, hey, dude, what's going on here? And I can tell he's just kind of flailing in the water. So then I peek my head under, see what's going on. He got his little hamster foot caught in some seaweed. And I'm like, Hammy, no, you'll drown.
And Hammy was like, whatever, because as you know, Hammy's going through his emo phase right now. So I was trying to get Hammy to care enough to try to get his foot loose. So I was fiddling with it, and then I heard my phone ring. I was like, well, I gotta get my phone, it could be important.
So I swim back up, take the call, and they're like,
We need you to come make us sushi.
I'm like, but I'm at the beach with Hammy. And they're like,
We don't care.
so I'm like, ugh, fine, you're lucky. I have my sushi making equipment with me right here. So I go back down, take the seaweed knife, cut Hammy out, head back to the surface.
And, I don't have enough time to like drop Hammy off with someone while I go to work. So I bring him with me, show him the sushi making process. And, I go in, make some sushi. It's my kind of my thing. It's what I do. And so, I make the sushi, and then Hammy wants to try some. And I'm like, yo, watch out. It can be kind of addictive.
So I give him one piece. He liked it, he ate it, he asked for another. I was like, okay, I can give you another. I gave him another. He asked for another one after the another one. I was like, Hammy, you sure this will be the last one? And 20 pieces later, it was the last one. So Hammy had put on a lot of weight.
A lot of weight, because fish has a lot of mercury, and mercury makes you gain a lot of weight, and it's just a vicious cycle of poison, weight gain, poison, weight gain. You never know what you're gonna end up with. So I'm like, okay, Hammy, you are obviously addicted. We need to take you to rehab. So in the car, somehow Hammy got like a mountain of salmon. And I'm like, Hammy, where did you get this from? And Hammy's just like, because, hamsters can't talk. This is the real world. So that rules it out. So Hammy's just eating the salmon as we're on the way to the rehab facility. And then Hammy just takes a nap in the car. And I'm like, Hammy.
And I'm like, Hammy? Hammy? So then I pull the car over, and then I realize Hammy is not breathing. So I gotta do teeny tiny CPR. I'm just like,
And it was just no use because I realized in his dream, he was dreaming about sushi and it caused so much drool that he had drowned. But that's okay because he actually lived past drowning.
But that's not where the issue lied. As I mentioned previously, fish has a lot of mercury, and when you get addicted to something, you can get poisoned. Doesn't end well all the time, right? Right? We can agree on that, right? Right. So
I'm just kind of checking, watching Hammy, seeing how he's doing, and I'm like, hey, buddy, you're looking a little extra Mercurian there. Like, you have kind of a lot of mercury going on. And he's like,
No, I'm fine.
and it's like, I don't think you are. So, I'm thinking that maybe you should take him to like the pet hospital, get it checked out, because mercury, it'll mess you up,
So I was like, I insisted, come on, Hammy, let's go to the pet hospital. And Hammy was like,
No, we are not going to the pet hospital, human. You will bring me to get more mercury now.
I was like, what? You are a hamster. This is the real world. You can't talk. And then Hammy's like,
What do you know about the real world, mister?
and I'm like, whoa there. Chill out, dude. I am your friend. And he's like, didn't say.
He didn't say anything, and I'm like, okay, rude, trying to like stop you from like dying of like mercury poisoning or whatever, but yeah, sure, cold shoulder, whatever. So, despite Hammy's protests, I'm like, okay, we should go to the pet hospital. You had a lot of mercury, you're talking, you didn't do that before. So like, something's up here.
and so we finally get to the pet hospital, and it turns out it wasn't Hammy's that was the problem, it was me. I had overdosed on mercury. But that's okay because Hammy was still okay. So I left him with the pet hospital clinic well, went to get the mercury gouged out of me. They had like scalpels.
Scalpels and stuff, you don't need to hear about that, do you?
That's okay. Are you okay?
Anyway, so I had realized it's been about 14 hours since we took Hammy to the bathroom. And you know, I know you're trying so hard to potty train him. So I was like, oh my God, Hammy has to go pee pee. So I'm like, Hammy bud, we gotta go home. I gotta take you to the bathroom.
So I gotta take him to the bathroom, but then, you know, Hammy is just like in a mood today. He's just not about it. You know, I think the beach, the sushi, the tons of salmon, I think it was just too much for him. But, you know, so despite all that, I get him back in the car. We're going home so he can like use the bathroom and, you know, get him there. And, you know, he just...
We were getting real close to home. Then all of a sudden, I heard a rumble. I was like, what was that? Then I heard it again, rumble, rumble. I'm looking around. I hear it again, rumble, rumble. Hammy?
Hammy, so do you know of the Oregon Trail?
Of course.
So you know that one disease that the travelers got while on the trail?
Dysentery?
That's the one. Yeah, so we had...
So, you know, the reason I bring this up is I think that Hammy might have gotten dysentery.
How?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not a doctor or an Oregon Trail traveler. I don't know that.
I don't know anything about medicine. So I was thinking, okay, if we can just get him home, he can get the poop out of him and he'll be okay. So I start booking it home in the car. But, you know, the police officer, he can't mind his own business. He pulls me over. I'm like, sir, do you understand what's happening? I have a hamster about to explode from poop in my back seat.
And the officer looks at me and is like,
Step out of the car right now and take this test.
I'm like, dude, I don't have time for it. So I'm just like, I'm sorry, I will pay the ticket later, but I got to go. So I'm like, skirt, going. And so what had happened was,
So, you know, I kind of drove away from the cop, and you know, there's a police chase going on, but that's irrelevant to the story. It's whatever. So, you know, I gotta do everything I can to get Hammy home because I don't want him to have dysentery. You know, you just get told that like you don't. Friends don't let friends get dysentery.
I've always said that.
And so I'm trying to get him home. We get home finally, and then I realize I left my key at the beach. And I was like, that son of a beach. It was so rude of it to have stolen my keys because I know I had them in my pocket. So either the sand must have stolen it or the water must have stolen it. And so I was banging on the door hoping anyone could let me in because Hammy, the rumbling, it was getting
out of control, and here's where the story gets funny, right? Hammy's little hamster body kinda bloop.
What do you mean, bloop?
I mean, the dysentery took over.
It was a real crappy way to die.
Bloop. My hamster exploded?
No. Your Hammy went bloop. Yeah. Can we get the body? Bloop.
This is Hammy?
Well, what we could find.
Why does he smell like that?
Don't worry, we got it insured.
Our next game is going to be one of my personal favorites, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I am now going to pick out who's going to be who, because I like doing that. It's fun. Let's see here. You look like you give out good advice. We have our good. Yeehaw. I historically give out bad advice, so I'm gonna be the bad. Ugly. Have fun asking questions.
Okay, so my first question is, how do I become an influencer? How do I make it on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch? How do I become an influencer?
You know, that's the beauty of, platforms like YouTube and Twitch, is that there is no golden rule. You can just, make the content you want to make, and eventually the audience will come. You just gotta put in the time, put in the effort, and in some cases put in the money, but hopefully it is a sound investment, and you just gotta keep at it.
Well, there are so many different ways you can be an influencer, right? So my favorite way, the way that worked for me personally the most, is I just moved to LA. You have to be in LA. The avocado toast there, stellar. So go to LA, you go to the avocado toast shop, right? And there you meet none other than Charli D'Amelio. I know, 110 million followers on TikTok. What you do, become friends with her. Get real good into the groove, get knowing the group, get knowing all the friends, the family, and then when they least expect it, you just simply gonna cut her face off and then plaster it onto your own. Become Charli D'Amelio.
You got it all wrong. You don't go to LA, you go to Albany. Just find some of the weirdest people you can, just a random person. It doesn't matter who they are, just go to a local community college, pick a random schmo. You're gonna find some weird people in Albany, let's be real. Pick someone up, you're gonna take them to your house, you're gonna make them the influencer. You're gonna start filming them every day, they're gonna do daily vlogs, they're gonna do challenges, they're gonna do video game let's plays. They're gonna go viral, trust me, this kid, they've got moxie. And when they're at the height of their media fame, you're gonna wipe them off the face of the earth. You're gonna disappear them, send them up north, doesn't matter where they go, they're gone. No one knows where they went. And you're gonna step in their place. Everyone's gonna know that you're a totally different person. But it's gonna be so confusing that this person who already had millions of followers are gonna get even more followers. Why did they disappear out of nowhere? Why is there a new person in place that looks nothing like them? This is how you get famous. This is how you go viral. Clicks, likes, shares, you'll have it all.
I would like to know, how are you doing today? Is your day good? Is it bad? Is it ugly?
My day's going pretty good.
See, my day would be going so much better if, hear me out, Nashville, Tennessee, heart of country music. I despise country music. I bring the influence of techno music on to the world of country music. Revolutionize the way the world sees country music. Insanity will ensue. It is going to be the most magnificent cultural shift in human history. That would make my day better. Except I am stuck here not listening to Taylor Swift.
I woke up today in a meat locker shivering. I couldn't remember my name. To say that my day has been bad is an understatement. It's been ugly. I walked out of the meat locker and there was another meat locker. I walked for 3 hours, hallways upon hallways of meat lockers. I've never been in a meat locker before. At least I don't remember being in one, but I don't remember much. After enough walking, I made my way here. There were 3 chairs and they mic'd me up and I don't know where I am. I don't know where my family is or if I even have a family. So that's how my day is going. How about you?
Our next and last game of the night is going to be Funeral. Oy vey. So my job as the host is I get to assign words to our lovely contestants and what they are doing with this game, which is funeral. Someone has died and we have to perform the funeral. So the first word I am going to give out is going to be Stonehenge. Amen. Second word, chalkboard. The third word, anarchy. And then the final word, the best word even, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, which will go to myself.
We are gathered here today in remembrance of our poor friend here, Kermit the Frog. He passed away after our most recent filming of The Muppet Show, and we're here to speak on his behalf and hopefully, remember him in a positive light. I've brought some people here who will be speaking on poor Kermit here. Starting off, we have a real close friend of his, Gonzo. Gonzo, would you like to say a few words about Kermit here?
Before I get started, I must state that there is no relation to the Muppet Gonzo. My parents just didn't like me that much. Oh, Kermit. What a day. I remember when I got the phone call that you passed. I was listening to my favorite song off of the Mary Poppins soundtrack, my favorite movie. I just got done singing supercalifragilisticexpialidocious at the top of my lungs, and I got the phone call from your ex-wife, Miss Piggy. And she said,
Kermit done kicked the cat.
and I was like, no.
It's okay.
I wasn't feeling supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I'd like to apologize. We thought this was the real Gonzo from the Muppets. We don't know how he got in here. There's supposed to be rules in place. This is anarchy. You shouldn't be here. But I'm sorry for your loss. I guess Kermit knew 2 different Gonzos. Next, I would like to have Kermit's dearly beloved Miss Piggy here, who would you like to say a few words about your husband's passing?
Well, Kermit, it seems that I finally outlived you. I'll never forget you. Every time I look down at the scar tissue on my leg, I'll remember the way you used to bite me. We had wit fights. We had good, long fights. And it's the fights I remember the most because they brought us together. I remember the times you would take his tongue and slash out at me. Oh, Kermit, why did you have to eat the chalk from the chalkboard? I can't do this anymore.
No. This is a very sad day for all of us. So hopefully to cheer us all up a little bit, we have Fozzie Bear here. And we were hoping that you could, say a few words about Kermit and maybe lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, Kermit. What happened, man? We had so many plans. We were gonna visit Stonehenge together. I was gonna, work out some new joke material. You were gonna bring your banjo. We were gonna have so much fun. But now, we can't, 'cause you died. I don't know if I'll ever say Waka Waka again.
It's truly a sad day. I hope that we can spend the rest of the day remembering Kermit for all he did for the Muppet Show to bring it where it is now.
That was On the Spot. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'm Kendall Fowler, and have a beautiful rest of your day.